Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
Welcome back to the Saville Centre. And Riley, I'm feeling a little bit of deja vu from a couple weeks ago. It's the St. Francis Xavier Rams against the Strathcona Lords. Welcome, everybody. This is going to be a good one. Connor Toffin joined by Riley Turgeon. It is Provincials. It is an IC Live Procast. Riley, I seen a really interesting game between these two teams a couple weeks ago. Metro City Championships. St. Francis Xavier, favorites coming into this, had a huge lead at halftime. Strathcona, late in the fourth quarter, cut it back to just 2 possessions, just a shot away from 1 possession at one point. It got really interesting, and today we're expecting a little bit more of a classic.
I hope so. Both these teams, like you said, it was electric finish last time, so I'm hoping for an exciting game today.
And for the Lords to stay into a game like this, they are going to need to shoot the ball well. They got that first round bye, but got here by virtue of a 21-point win over Medicine Hat, 80-59, who took down Ross Shep, always a strong team out of Edmonton, 78-71. St. FX came in ranked number 1. St. Mary and LCI played a really good game in the quarterfinal. St. FX with a pretty competitive semifinal, winning 81-67. That is what brings us here, and as we've seen in the last game, Riley, anything can happen in provincial championships, but it feels like a game where the Lords probably need to shoot the ball really well, and we are looking at Dollywall, who got really hot, brought the Lords back to that 2-possession game. It'll take a good effort from deep today. When Dollywall goes, this team goes.
Absolutely, and I'm sure the Lords will be looking for Dollywall early and often. If he's able to find a shooting stroke from the tip-off, the Lords should be in good position in this game.
And on the St. Francis Xavier side, they got Eli Johnson. They have arguably the best, at least one of the best players in the province in Elijah Thomas. He'll run the offense. It's always so nice to have those guys, those leaders that you can rely on in a game like this.
Absolutely, especially with the history between these two teams. You like having that veteran, steady presence, especially at the point guard position there.
We're going to throw to our house announcer for our land acknowledgement national anthem. Should be a good one coming right up. Lords, Rams.
As St. FX takes on the Strathcona Lords. School Sport Alberta acknowledges that we are located on Treaty 6 territory and respects the histories, languages, and cultures of the First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Peoples of Canada. His presence continues to enrich our vibrant community. At this time, I ask that you please rise if able and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
The St. Francis Xavier Rams have won 3 straight city championships. They were provincial champions last year, looking to make it 2 straight, but they are 80 very tough minutes away. Can the Rams continue their momentum, or will the Lords get revenge for what happened just 2 weeks ago and pull off a massive upset? Always such a good turnout. Actually see in the background right now O'Leary Spartans head coach Ross McJanish taking in this game. O'Leary's been around this scene for quite a while. They won't be here. Took a close loss earlier on in the week. Rams and Lords. Rams have won all 4 matchups between these 2 teams this year. Lords have been able to make it close, though. Eli Johnson had a huge game the last time these 2 teams played. He'll take the tip-off against Semi Belogan. Here we go. 40 minutes to decide who goes to the gold medal game tomorrow. And we got to wait an extra second.
I'm on the edge of my seat over here.
And here we go. Belogan will win the tip-off for the Lords. We are underway. Early game so important. Rams were out to a big lead right off tip-off last time. Can the Lords get a better start? Layup at the rim won't go. Johnson pulls down the rebound. Johnson, hand off to Broder. Back up to Elijah Thomas. Thomas gets fouled. Nearly had the and one.
Nice drive from Thomas there. Able to hang in the air an extra second, try to flick that one in, but draws the foul. Head to the free throw line.
Thomas is so good going both ways. Goes left that time. Tough player to stop. First free throw is good. Always wonder, talking about how close the Lords made it in the last game, you'd have to imagine that the Rams know not to take anything for granted tonight. Lapierre will be one of the main ball handlers for the Lords today. Lapierre bounce pass to Dhaliwal. Dhaliwal loses his dribble and got fouled.
There's that man we were talking about in the pregame, Dhaliwal. Not behind the arc, but able to draw the foul here, and now he's heading to the free throw line.
It'll be interesting to see how Dhaliwal takes this game. Obviously, we know he can shoot it from deep. Sometimes when you've already established your three-point shot, you're better putting it on the floor, driving the lane. There can be some openings and some easy layups or easy trips to the free throw line. Dhaliwal will make his second. Thomas quickly running it up, sends it to Lucas Thomas. Lucas turns, fires, and leaves it short. Fight for the rebound. Belogan takes it for the Lords. Lapierre working against Lucas Thomas. Screen set by Belogan. Quick give, Melnichuk now back over to Oakley. Dhaliwal, shot clock down to single digits. Dhaliwal waits, short jumper, no. Wouldn't have counted anyways, had a whistle on the floor. Rams ball.
Early on, it's very evident that St. Francis Xavier likes to play defense. It's very tenacious out the gate here. They're playing on their man up tight. See how the Lords can exploit that.
Lucas Thomas. Tried a tough pass to Broder. Dhaliwal intercepts. Dhaliwal driving. Rams had the numbers though, and it did touch out of bounds off of Broder.
Great hands by Broder there. Smaller than Dollywall, but he's got quicker hands and was able to poke that one free.
Melnichuk will inbound. Dollywall. Tough jumper. Too strong. Offensive rebound, though, for Belogan. Lapierre finds some space, goes off a leg, back out to Dollywall by the three-point line. Lots of time still here for the Lords. There's a three, no good. Long rebound tipped into the hands of Dollywall. To the corner, Lapierre, the three is good.
Great ball movement by the Lords there. Able to get some offensive rebounds, and Lapierre punches that one home.
This is already a much better start than the Lords had 2 weeks ago, and now they've drawn a foul. Offensive foul against the Rams. Believe it's going to Elijah Thomas. It looks like the Lords aren't scared today. They know they have a chance in this game. Lapierre got poked away for a moment. Lapierre still with it. Turns, fires it into the corner. Oakley. Time starting to run out. 7 seconds left on the clock. Melnichuk gets bumped outside. Oakley the shot. Banks it in!
Nice shot by Oakley. Didn't feel the pressure of the shot clock winding down, and he's able to bank that one in. Great, once again, great ball movement from the Strathcona early on here.
Poked away, Lapierre. Driving and making it with the right. It's 10-2 Lords.
They got St. Francis on their heels now. Let's see if the Rams can slow it down here in the half court and get a good shot.
What a start for Strathcona. Elijah Thomas looking to respond. Steps back, blocked by Lapierre. Lord's going to go in transition again. Lapierre down to Dollywall. Layup, no good. Rebound, follow is good. Timeout Rams. It's a 10-point lead for the Lords just 3 minutes in.
That's the start you want if you're the Lords here. You guys are the underdogs. You want to come out and impose your will. Lapierre all over the court, getting that steal, finding Dwally down low, and he's able to put that one home. 12-2.
Sensational start for the Lords. We did see a couple weeks ago the Rams are a mentally strong team. Even as that lead was dissipating, they stayed in control. But this is a little bit of a different issue here. They had the lead in that game. Now the Rams down by 10, and they have just yet to find a rhythm really at all on offense so far.
And this is where you see what your team is made out of. You're in a 10-point hole. This team has a lot of pedigree. They're used to winning. So now it's time to see if the Rams can dig themselves out of this one and make it a close game.
The Lords have came out of the gates flying today. Dollywall, I believe, already has a few baskets. And overall, just steady offensively as well. They're getting their looks. They're not turning the ball over. The Rams have also taken 2 fouls just 3 minutes into the game as well. Lords with just 1. Couple substitutions being made. Elijah Thomas is on the bench. This is Lucas Thomas. Driving. Takes some contact. No call. Won't go. Offensive rebound. That one won't go either. Tesfasolassi doing some work on the offensive glass.
Couple good looks there down low. Just nothing going for them, though, but, man, Thomas can fly. He's got some speed down there.
In that last matchup, defensive rebounding was an issue for the Lords. This time, though, I believe that's a 5-second violation off the inbounds, and the Lords are going to get a break. Lapierre, boy, passes it across. I don't think Melnichuk was ready for it, but turned the head around just in time. Dollywall over to McGlisco. Beautiful feed to the baseline cut. Back up top, Lapierre. Oakley steps into a three. No.
Had that one rim out for him, but Oakley once again getting a great look.
It's up and in from Tesfasolassi. Boy, did the Rams ever need that. Just the second bucket of this game. Actually, first one from the floor. First 2 points were from Elijah Thomas free throws. And Tesfasolassi will look to make it a 3-point play. Won't, but even better. Eli Johnson with the rebound. had it poked away by McGlisco. Lords thought it was their ball. It will stay with the Rams. Lucas Thomas on the inbound. Watch for number 11, Eli Johnson. We'll get it to Mbachu. Down low, no good. Dollywall's been good on the defensive glass so far as well. Already has a few rebounds in this game. Melnichuk. Quickly swung over towards Spronk. Down low, McGlisco had it poked away by Thomas. And it will stay Lords basketball.
Yeah, looking for number 11 down low there. McGlisco, he's got some height down there. They're trying to feed him in the post.
3. Melnichuk, it's in!
They're feeling themselves right now. They got a lot of swagger. Big lead, and they got these Rams scrambling.
Eli Johnson calls for a screen, gives it up. Tesfasalasi from 3, no. Fight for the rebound, and Dollywall poked it over to Melnichuk to the corner. Dollywall for 3, that's in 2. The Lords cannot be stopped, it's 18-4.
There he is, we talked about it. Dollywall makes his living from beyond the arc. He hasn't had any three-point attempts yet, and this first one, he's already 100% from the field.
This is shocking. Almost a total reversal of what happened in the Metro City Championship. It is the Strathcona Lords out to a huge lead, and Elijah Thomas is going to quickly check back into this game. They'll work it to Thomas. Not a lot of space into the post. Thomas tries the fadeaway. Tough shot. No good. Rebound by Melnichuk.
They're playing Thomas very physical right now, not letting him get much of any looks.
Poked away by Tesfasalasi. Gets it to Mbachu off the turnover. Working one-on-one against Dollywall. Eurozen puts it in.
Great defense by Tesfasalasi. They're able to create the turnover and get it out for a bucket.
Melnichuk. Thomas stays on him through the screen. Melnichuk loses his dribble. Lapierre comes over in support. Driving. And got fouled. Far ref seen a push in the back. That is the 3rd in the quarter on the Rams. Lords at 3 as well. Lots of subs being made early. Arciaga checking in for Lucas Thomas. That one's off of the Rams. Mbachu looked like it might have went off the knee of Oakley. It was tight. Ref had a much better angle on it than we would. Dollywall, tight defense by Mbachu. Up top, Lapierre. Guarded by Johnson, pokes it away, and it's off of Lapierre as well.
Great hands by Johnson there. Guarding the smaller Lapierre, and he's able to force a turnover.
Couple straight stops for this Rams defense. Maybe they've steadied the ship. Elijah Thomas to the corner. Tesfasalasi open, 3, no. Dollywall with another rebound. He's going to have a double-double in the first half the way he's playing. Oakley outside, 3, no. Off the backboard.
Big rebound by Mbachu right there. Get his team out on transition.
Mbachu. Arciaga, 3 is in.
That's what they needed. Big three-pointer.
Oh, unforced error there by the Lords.
And a turnover. Coach cannot be happy about that one. Momentum starting to shift a little bit towards the Rams again.
Elijah Thomas will go to Tesfasalasi. He has been good. If it wasn't for his efforts, could be worse than a 9-point deficit. We got to travel against the Rams. Took a step before they dribbled. I think both coaches understand the importance of this game. We are early. We got 33 minutes left, but you can see on the Lord's sideline, Owen up, barking out instructions. You can see some urgency from Brad Farish as well. Melnichuk steps back. Quick switch by the Rams defense. Tough pass down low, taken by Oakley. Up top, shot clock running out of time. 4 seconds. Dollywall steps back into a three. Boy, if that would have went, the Lords would have raised the roof off this place. Shot clock resets. Logan, handoff, Dollywall. Tough look again. Contact in one.
Wow. Dollywall's been the engine so far for this Lords team. Missed a three-pointer, almost had that going, now gets the and one here.
Free throw is good from Dollywall. It's a 12-point lead for Strathcona. Elijah Thomas up to Mbachu. Rams offense yet to get into a rhythm. Haven't gotten much of a look at Eli Johnson yet. Takes a three. No good. Physical fight for the rebound. Tesfasalassi thinks he took a shot up high. Refs let him play on. Dollywall. Rams defense keeping the Lords outside. Tough shot goes. Melnichuk.
Nice step back by Melnichuk. Gets the roll off the rim. Once again, the Lords are absolutely punishing them on offense.
Johnson. Mbachu. Three. No. Good work on the glass by Tesfasalassi. Goes up, got blocked. But Logan got a piece of it. Dollywall gets a piece of it as well. This Lords defense has been suffocating. Riley, this is their 5th time matching up this year, Lords and Rams. And as of now, just 8.5 minutes in, but it feels like the Lords have learned something from their 4 previous losses.
You would hope they would. You know, these two teams are very familiar with each other. And the Lords have been studying this textbook all year, and look at where they are now.
Thomas, the three doesn't go, but a good bounce as it's off the hands of Oakley and out. That can happen, you know. The favorite is a lot more likely to win in game 1 than game 5. There's lessons to be learned in those previous losses, and what a turnaround it's been for the Lords early in this game. Travel. The Rams offense just yet to get into a rhythm. They haven't had easy looks. Usually they'll make a couple of tough threes as well, and those just have not fallen so far. Look at the full court pressure. Rams force the turnover. Tesfasalassi right in the middle of it again and makes the layup.
If you're not scoring in the half court, you might as well score off of turnovers in the full court press, and that's exactly what the Rams are trying to do right now.
Trying to make life tough on the Lords offense. Travel. Turnover. Mbachu. This is Kasprik. Handoff to Tesfasalassi, fakes the shot, puts it on the floor. Foul. See if they call this shooting around the floor. See the grab on the hip. And they will call it continuation. Tesfasalassi to the line.
So far for this Rams offense, it's been really all Tesfasalassi. He's had a couple points off of turnovers. He's made a few shots down here. He's really been the only guy putting the ball through the hoop so far.
First one's good. It's been good in defense too. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Oakley. Tipped out, and it's off of Elijah Thomas. 19 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. Lords have an opportunity at a 2-for-1 if they want it. They'd have to work pretty quick, though. Got to get through this full court pressure from the Rams first. Lapierre, nice passing down to Oakley. Rams force the turnover. Elijah Thomas, numbers on the fast break. Alley-oop to Mbachu, collects the pass and puts it in. Back to a 9-point game.
Nice pass to Mbachu there, able to get the tough layup.
Ball's loose. Rams come away with it. Tesfasalasi. Arciaga. Clock running down. Arciaga puts it in. A huge end of quarter run for the Rams. One last shot for the Lords. It's off in time. It'll be short, and that'll do it. Great opening 10 for the Strathcona Lords. The Rams fight back late, but it is still a 7-point lead for the Lords heading into our first intermission. There's that last make from Arciaga. 7 points through 10. Lords lead.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
Welcome back to the Saville Centre. Rams will get first possession, but they're down by 7. Lords with a fast start. It was a lot of prop shun Dhaliwal early. There's Arciaga, the shot won't go. Dhaliwal, another rebound.
Arciaga has a nice floater there. He's already had a couple go down for him. He's good at driving into the paint and getting that to go. Not that time, though.
Melnichuk. Quick give, shot clock running down. 3 for the Lords, no.
Great team box out by St. Francis there, not letting anybody get on the boards.
Tesfasalasi was feeling it in the first half. Quick dish down low. Dhaliwal, another block. It's his second.
And that's just textbook defense right there. That's how you contest without getting a foul. 2 hands straight up in the air. You're never going to get a call for a block on that.
I say at least his second, too. He might have got a piece of a third in that first quarter. There is a make by Kasprik. Lapierre to the corner. Melnichuk, the 3, it's in!
Melnichuk's feeling it right now. He's got a smooth stroke. Put another 3 home.
Elijah Thomas, handoff to Tesfasalasi. A quick glance at the rim, now loses it. Diving back into the play, it'll be a foul. You know who we haven't talked about much on the Lords so far is Caleb Lapierre. Running point. He hasn't necessarily been filling up the bucket, but he's played a great game running this Lords offense so far.
Absolutely, he's been a steady presence out there, and he's been very handsy on defense, creating lots of turnovers and loose balls for the Lords so far.
He'll bring it up court again. Lapierre finds some room. Tough shot, grabs the rebound somehow. Melnichuk for three. They're not missing.
Unbelievable. How did Lapierre even get that rebound?
Couldn't even see him when the ball went off the rim, and all of a sudden he just rises above. Here's Eli Johnson. No. Melnichuk the rebound.
Stifling defense down low by the Lords early on here. Nobody can get a basket.
Melnichuk, little bit of contact, no call. Lucas Thomas, Mbachu, they quickly work it to Arciaga. Shot from Arciaga, short. Lapierre the rebound. Tell you what, I don't know if we got a travel called against Lapierre. On that last possession, the Rams were trying to work it to Elijah Thomas, and Lapierre was quite literally standing right in the passing lane.
Yeah, just nobody can get a pass anywhere right now against this Lords defense. It has been suffocating. Like these passing lanes, nobody can get through them. Wow.
Eli Johnson, boy, that one went halfway down and then came back up. Lapierre over to Dollywall. Dollywall's going to get heavy minutes today. Hasn't went to the bench yet, I believe. Melnichuk working against Arciaga. Bit of a size advantage here for Melnichuk. Pass across, taken away by Elijah Thomas. Goes to the net and scores.
Smooth little scoop from Johnson there. Wow, Thomas.
Spronk, there's a foul away from the ball. Offensive, it'll go back to the Rams. Nine-point game. Lords went out to a big lead early. Feels like the Rams have kind of steadied the ship. Clawed back to within 5. Arciaga, 3, short. Rebounded by Oakley.
Nice controlled rebound by Oakley there. And a big screen on Thomas.
Lapierre working against Lucas Thomas. Lucas Thomas a little too physical. Another foul against the Rams. 3.5 minutes into the second. And it's just their second foul. Tesfasalasi checks back into the game. He didn't get much of a break either. He's been good.
He's been their best defender so far.
Lapierre guarded by Arciaga. Quick dish to Oakley, short. Eli Johnson the rebound. Arciaga over to Johnson. Gets it back. Arciaga going to take it himself. Tons of contact, and he'll go to the line. It's a bit of a size advantage for the Lords in this game.
Yeah, Arciaga's not afraid to go down against the trees there. So far, he's been the catalyst for the Rams on offense. Thomas and Johnson have been pretty quiet.
First one's good from Arciaga. Looking to make it a 7-point game. No good. But a long rebound will kick out to Elijah Thomas. Faked out Dollywall. Got him to leave his feet on the 3. No. Shot's just not falling right now for Elijah Thomas. Here's Lapierre. Tried to dish it to Oakley. Turnover. Arciaga. Melnichuk back. Foul. Third now on the Lords. Just a couple away from the bonus.
Yeah, if Melnichuk wouldn't have left his feet there, I think he would have had Arciaga on a good contested shot. But once again, Arciaga heading to the free throw line and a timeout.
Dane Owen's going to take a timeout for the Lords. Each team has one left here in the first half. Get a look at the turnover. And that nice make from Elijah Thomas. One of the bigger buckets in this game. Rams need to force some turnovers. And sending a little bit more full court pressure here in the second quarter. We also do want to take a moment to thank the Sport, Physical Activity and Recreation branch of the Ministry of Tourism and Sport with the Government of Alberta, who's a funding provider to the SSA. The funds received from this area of the government are put towards enhancing the quality of life for Albertans. Winner of today's game will play for a provincial gold tomorrow.
I gotta say, I'm shocked it's only an 8-point game. It really feels like Strathcona is running away with this one.
Championship game will tip off tomorrow at 5:30. Bronze medal at 1 p.m. McGrath and Holy Trinity will play the nightcap at 7 tonight to see who will play the winner of this game. Elijah Thomas off the turnover, tries to get it up to Mbachu, contested pass. Mbachu takes it himself, and another foul against the Lords. And not only will the Rams take a trip to the line, but the next foul from the Lords will be 5. Rams are about to be in the bonus.
St. Francis is now running their full court pressure package, and it's paying off. If you want to get back in this game, you got to force these turnovers, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Interesting way back into the game for the Rams because it was really smooth operating for the Lords early. And quite frankly, in the second quarter, Riley, this game has turned kind of ugly.
Yeah.
And the Rams have been using that to their advantage.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a lot sloppier on both ends for both these teams, and the Rams are capitalizing on it. Bad passes, not great looks, and the Rams are just scrapping away and trying to get these free throws.
Lapierre over to Dollywall. Dollywall travels. Things just feel a little differently right now for the Lords, now just to a 6-point lead.
Strathcona hasn't been able to get anything going on the offensive end since that timeout.
Eli Johnson. Handoff. No. Tesfasalasi wanted it, but they denied him the ball. We'll give it to Thomas instead. Elijah Thomas. Quick stutter. Finds Tesfasalasi. Has to take the 3. Shot clock running down. Long rebound taken by Johnson. Guarded by McGlisco. Johnson puts it up with the right and in.
Nice move by Johnson. He needed that, but he needed that basket. Good little post move.
Foul on the floor. Looks like it's against Tesfasalasi based on the reaction. That'll be the 4th foul as well for the Rams.
Well, now it's a race to who gets to the bonus first.
Well, they got that foul up quick. That was actually just the 3rd. Melnichuk. Long pass back to Melnichuk again. Down low, McGlisco gets the defender to jump. Won't go. Fight for the rebound taken by Arciaga. There were some trees in there, yet it's the smallest player, Arciaga, who takes it away. Tesfasalasi. How did that not go down? That ball had already disappeared behind the rim. Melnichuk up with the right and one.
Coast to coast for Melnichuk. He gets the rebound on the defensive end, goes all the way down and gets the layup, and now he gets to go back there for one more at the free throw line.
.423 to go in this first half, and the Lords are back out to a 7-point lead. Now the next foul, either way, will bring a team into the bonus. Broder for 3. He's got a good stroke from out there, but that one was long. Dollywall calmly moves it up to Lapierre. Lords can't find anything on offense. Shot clock to single digits. Lapierre, Euro step. I'm not sure how he kept his balance.
Unbelievable. He willed that ball through the basket there. Lapierre. He's been slipping and sliding all day, and he's been making a habit of it.
Bachu the three, no. Eli Johnson, the rebound is in. Long pass up to McGlisco. Defenders everywhere, and eventually McGlisco got whacked. He'll go to the line for two. Lords are in the bonus.
Lords are having a hard time breaking this full court pressure here. I'm not sure what kind of press break they run, but they haven't been doing it too well. St. Francis has been able to get hands on the ball every time they've been past half.
One of the downsides of that full court pressure and that physical defense is, of course, you are going to take fouls, and this could be an issue for the Rams here late in the half. 5 fouls already, and McGlisco looking to make it a 9-point lead. First one's no good. Second is. Elijah Thomas barking out instructions. Goes up, tough shot again, and tons of contact there. Foul on Lapierre, and now Thomas will go to the line for two. Elijah Thomas is a smart player. He knows the foul situation. And invited contact on that one.
Yeah, Thomas still hunting for his shot in the half court here. He's hoping maybe these free throws can set him on the right track.
He's good from the line, too. Not a player you want to see at the stripe. If you are the Lords, 2 for 2 once again. Just a 6-point game. Here's Dollywall. Gets doubled. Right past half court. Can't find a pass. Now does to McGlisco. Lords have numbers now down low. Hand off to Oakley. Tough pass to the corner. Dollywall feeds it across to Melnichuk. 5 seconds. McGlisco. Fade away. Took contact. Another trip to the line. This isn't bad basketball though, Riley. This is just physical.
Absolutely. Both these teams are hitting each other pretty hard here, making each team earn their trips to the free throw line.
McGlisco went 1 for 2 last trip to the line. This time he will roll the first one in.
So far, taking a look at the Strathcona team, it's really only been a 6-man rotation, seems like.
Yeah, I kind of noticed the same. I was marking down 7 players have checked into the game, but Spronk hasn't had a ton of time out. It's been a lot of Lapierre, Melnichuk, McGlisco, some Belogan, a lot of Dollywall and Oakley as well. And the other point to make is in a weekend like this, you have to play so many games in like back-to-back days. You're playing games. Not that they haven't done it before, but especially with a provincial gold medal on the line for both of these teams, it can be exhausting.
Absolutely. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Owen handles his lineup for the rest of the game here.
8 players so far have checked into the game for the Rams. Talked in the women's game prior. Raymond won it and will play for a gold medal tomorrow. Now, sometimes the team with the deeper bench, obviously you want to rely on your starters in a game like this, your star players, but you're playing so many basketball games so tight together, sometimes it can come down to who's 7th or eighth player is better than third guy off the bench.
Absolutely.
Do you have a third guy off the bench?
Yeah, sometimes you don't. And that may be the case here for Strathcona. They like running their starters here, so see how they hold up for the rest of the game here.
We're also at the later point of the year where everybody's a little banged up. A lot of people are feeling something. Here's Brodeur. Got red hot behind the three-point line in the first half of their last matchup. Hasn't gotten it going yet. Here's Elijah Thomas. Contested three, no. And it's out off of a Lord. Lords disagree. Brodeur, step back, three, no. Shots just have not been going. Dollywall has to save it, but it goes right to Mbachu. Open layup. What a break for the Rams.
I like the effort by Dollywall there, but just unfortunate that there was a Rams player present.
Couldn't find Balogan down low. Another turnover forced by the Rams. 2:07 to go in the first half. Both teams into the bonus. Down to a 6-point game. Rams with a three can bring it back to a single possession. Haven't been there in a long time. Alley-oop over to Mbachu. What a feed by Tesfasalasi.
Mbachu left wide open there. That's too easy. Strathcona not playing with as much intensity as they were in the first quarter on defense. Allowing some easy looks.
Dollywall drew the foul. He'll go to the line. This game has slowed right down to almost a halt here in the second quarter. First one is short. Overall, both teams as well, they've done a fairly good job fouling as well. You don't want to give those ticky-tack ones. There's only been an and one on each side, I believe. Got to foul hard in a game like this. Up to Mbachu. Tesfasalasi spinning to his left. No good.
Great defense by Diwali there, moving his feet. Tesfasalasi's pretty silky out there, and he wasn't able to get that shot to go.
Elijah Thomas goes up with the right, no. Dollywall another rebound. Dollywall, defense hustling over, guarded by Tesfasalasi. Joining is Arciaga. Just went out of bounds. Looked for a moment like Arciaga had kept it in. Just barely touched the white line. Ref had a perfect angle on it. Tell you what, you can see the deep breaths there from Tesfasalasi, but he doesn't look out of breath at all. He is out in full sprint all the time. He's playing this game at a bit of a different pace than everyone else, it feels like. It's a huge reason why the Rams are in a two-possession game. Melnichuk finds an opening with the shot clock at 1.
Unreal take by Melnichuk there.
Almost like a transition three there from Arciaga, even though there was a basket and a foul against the Lords. Boy, they do not like the call here. It was on the rebound, a push in the back.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Strathcona here. That didn't seem like really anything at all.
It's been a physical game as well. I'll say this much, I commentate all sports. I do firmly believe that basketball is probably the hardest one to officiate. Nothing against any of the other officials, but it is so hard to tell a slap in the elbow versus a near miss when a shot misses, and so much to look out for. There's only a few of you. Had a good game so far. Dollywall down low. Swung it back out and taken away by Arciaga.
St. Francis looking for a shot here, 10 seconds to go.
Arciaga, clock running down, takes a long three, won't go. Lords with the rebound, and that will do it for the first half. Lords were out to a huge lead. They'll close out the opening 20 with the lead, but just 40-35. Riley Rams able to slow this game down and work their way back into it.
Yeah, credit to the Rams. They were down big in the first quarter, and they cut it to a 5-point deficit now, and that just tells you how battle-tested this team really is. They're not going to go down without a fight, and Strathcona came out swinging, but kind of left the door open a crack or two in that quarter two, so it'll be a fun second half.
Just a 5-point game. Remember the last time, the last second half, Lords stormed back, made it a 2-possession game. It was crazy. It was a classic in the Metro City Championships. And we might be on tap for another great 20 to finish it off. Winner will go to a provincial gold medal game. The Lords have the slight advantage at the half, 40-35.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
Welcome back to the Saville Centre. Lords, Rams, provincial semifinals. Connor Toffin joined by Riley Turgeon on this IC Live Procast. Well, we've seen that momentum can play a big factor in a big game. In these two teams' last matchup, Rams had all the momentum in the first half, but it was all Lords in the second. Rams held on, Metro City champions. Momentum playing a bit of a factor again today. Sometimes in provincials, Riley, momentum is only as good as your next shot, but it feels like between these two teams that are very familiar with each other, it probably means a little more.
Absolutely. There's been a lot of push and pull by both of these teams. You know, early on here, it looked like Strathcona might have ran away with this game, except we don't crown a winner in the first quarter. It's 4 quarters, and, you know, FX stormed back in that second quarter and cut it to a 5-point deficit. And that just shows you the kind of pedigree that this program has. You know, they may seem down and out, but they clawed their way back. They made it a really ugly second quarter, and they're only down 5, and they got Strathcona on the ropes.
We also do want to make one quick correction. Number 7 and number 10, well, let's just be honest. These are some very condensed games, and sometimes we get bad information. So all game long, we have been calling Melnichuk, it's Spronk. And Spronk is Melnichuk. The numbers were reversed on the rosters that we had. But we got it all sorted out now, and we're ready for 20 excellent minutes to end off this game. So we do apologize for that. It was a great first half for Spronk as well.
He was lighting it up down there, and we were giving credit to his teammate, but...
So this will be Spronk inbounding the ball. Lapierre was all over it in the first half as well. He was on there, right? Number 3, guarded by Arciaga. Here we go, 20 minutes to make it to a provincial championship. Lords with a slight advantage, just 5, laid in by Oakley.
Easy shot to get things going. Oakley down low amongst the trees. Nobody there, though. He's the only one putting that one back in.
Broder. Thomas. To the hoop, it goes.
Thomas hoping to get something going in the second half here. Pretty quiet first 2 quarters. One of the best basketball players in the province.
Dollywall up through some contact, physical defense. The 2 is good. Quick start to the second half for these two offenses.
Nice little poke from Dollywall there to get the ball out, reset the defense. Once again, both these teams running a really sticky man coverage. Not a lot of open passing lanes out there.
Mbachu will quickly work it to Thomas. Shot clock to single digits. Thomas up with the left. There's a foul. Got to go against Melnichuk.
Nice take by Thomas there, taking Melnichuk. Left side. Looking for a pair here.
First shot's good from Elijah Thomas.
This is the last guy you want to foul. He's, I think, 100% from the line right now.
Thought you were going to give him the commentator jinx.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That's my job. It happens to me all the time. I don't even say percentages on like field goals in football anymore. Dollywall, quick dish, down low. Bodies flying everywhere. Broder went down. Dollywall recovers it. Shot clock did flip there for a moment. Lords regained possession afterwards. Lapierre drives, has it taken away. Johnson on the ground finds Arciaga. Lapierre now takes it away. Lapierre will work it to Dollywall. Stops free throw line. Pass down low and a lot on it, but that was because Oakley was fouled. Sorry, they're calling it on the offense here. Rams with the ball.
Once again, that dribble drive. Oakley standing right side of the basket. That play's been money all day. Nobody's been able to cover Oakley, but just couldn't get that one through.
Thomas. Got some room on his defender, and the mid-range jumper is good over Melnichuk.
Man, good defense by Melnichuk, but Thomas just able to stop on a dime. A little bit of a push-off, able to bury that one.
Dollywall for 3, no. Foul. It is against the Lords.
Two quick fouls for Strathcona. That might influence how aggressive they are on defense now.
Broder stops, elbow, jumper's good.
Soft touch from Broder.
Lots of full court pressure here from the Rams. Fight, loose ball. They get it to Dollywall. There's a couple of Rams on the ground. Lords have numbers. Dollywall, there's a man open in the corner. It was Melnichuk, but he couldn't find him. Spronk. Melnichuk. Time running out on the shot clock. Has to get it away. He's just going to huck a prayer towards the rim. And it almost went over the backboard. Good defense there by the Rams. We're in a 1-point game.
Dollywall had Melnichuk wide open on the wing there. Just couldn't get his head around on a swivel and find him for that open shot.
Melnichuk guards Thomas. Thomas! There was almost no space down there, but he found it. Lapierre. First lead of the game for the Rams. Oakley has it taken away. Johnson goes to the ground with Dollywall. Johnson kept possession. Made sure that Dollywall couldn't tie him up. And here is Elijah Thomas bringing it up court. For the first time this game in the lead.
This is the last guy you want to get hot right now. He is very patient at running the offense, and he's good at looking for shot selection.
Johnson, strong move to the rack, and one! Johnson put the shoulder down. And immediately in response, Tyler McGlisco will check in. A little bit of size back into the game for the Lords.
Johnson took his defender for a ride there, gets to the rack, looking for the and one opportunity.
This is the and one. Here's Lapierre. Baseline cut, perfect for the Lords. And a great find as they go to Melnichuk.
Really great cut by Melnichuk there.
Thomas steps into a 3. No. Lapierre the rebound. Tons of speed. Thomas hustling back. Tried to step in front. And it'll stay Lord's ball. We'll say about Elijah Thomas. The shot doesn't always go, but he is so gifted at finding space and creating space.
Yeah, definitely. That was another example of it right there. He's not the biggest guy, but he's able to be. He's very shifty with how he dribbles the basketball.
Tried to get it to McGlisco, making the backdoor cut. Rams got in the way of that one. Elijah Thomas. Quick stutter step, now drives back out to Mbachu. Mbachu up with the left. No. There was some contact there. It was legal though. Spronk drives, charge. Elijah Thomas getting it done on defense, now 2.
High IQ play by Thomas there. Spronk used a little bit of an elbow to create some space, and they're going to call that one all day.
Timeout called by the Lords. You know, Elijah Thomas kind of reminds me of a pro-level scorer where maybe, like you said, they're not the biggest, also maybe not the fastest, but that side-to-side shifty ability, looks like he's going one way, he's going the other. The eyes don't tell you anything. And in the end, kind of like a James Harden almost, they're just going to find that inch of space, rise up, take the shot, and a lot of them will go in.
Yeah, absolutely. He reminds me a little bit of Kyle Lowry on his heyday with the Raptors there, just how he's not the biggest guy on the court, but he's very confident with the ball and what he wants to do with it. And he's able to make that big shot.
I feel like in modern basketball culture, too, there's so much talk about foul baiting and you're a free throw merchant. And, well, especially as a Canadian, watching Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, quite frankly, does it really matter how you score your points? Because that has been a primary source of production today for Elijah Thomas. Get to the free throw line, stop the clock. I mean, I feel like the basketball smart people and coaches, not only is that a fair way to score, but it can be the best way to score.
Absolutely, and you know what? At the end of the day, if your team's getting a win and you're only scoring at the stripe, I don't think it should matter. A win's a win.
Never understood that conversation myself. I think it's just people trying to make each other angry.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Here's Arciaga. Goes down low to Johnson. Dollywall with good defense, but Johnson, after a couple pump fakes, puts it down. Feels like Eli Johnson might be starting to heat up here in the second half.
And just a really great feed by Arciaga there. Nice touch, able to get that up high for only Johnson to reach. And like you said, he's starting to feel a little bit of a rhythm now.
Took some time for the Rams. Lords came out, threw a punch. As we mentioned, though, there was a lot of adversity in that Metro City Championship game for both teams. Lords down big, but the Rams almost had a near 30-point lead collapse in the second half. It was a mentally strong game from them as well. Made the plays when they mattered most. Shot. Melnichuk, no. Rebounded by Mbachu.
After a really hot start beyond the arc for the Lords, they just can't seem to buy a three-pointer now. The Strathcona defense has been collapsing on the boards, not letting them get those second chance points either.
Shot clock into single digits. Looked like Melnichuk got a hand on it. Thomas fakes the shot. Thomas gonna have a tough look. Chucks up a prayer. Even to get that shot off without having it blocked was crazy. Wouldn't go though. Dollywall was almost impossible. Lapierre. Dollywall. Down to McGlisco, guarded by Johnson. Johnson pokes it. It's taken by Arciaga.
Oh, he had Lapierre cutting right through the paint too. Just didn't see him.
Thomas gonna slow things down. Mbachu driving, no.
Great take by Mbachu there. Such a physical driver.
Lapierre. Accidentally sent it off. McGlisco right over to Spronk. That would have been the funniest highlight ever had it gone in. Here's Lapierre. It's off the face of McGlisco. Foul, no good on the basket. It was on the floor. That is the first foul of the third quarter for the Rams. 7 minutes and 1 second in. The Lords next will put the Rams in the bonus.
That's unbelievable. They've really cracked down on their discipline in this third quarter here.
Remember, too, it got ugly in the second corner. It was just fouling back and forth for a large portion of those 10 minutes. Dollywall misses the three. Lucas Thomas up to Arciaga. That's Fasalassi. Up with the right, no good. Rebound goes off of St. FX.
And what's more impressive, too, is they only have one foul, and they're still doing that full court pressure. Really impressive work.
Long pass across to Lapierre. Quickly go back to Dollywall in the corner. Was cut off by Kasprick. Dollywall down low, puts it up and in off the glass. Back to a 1 point game.
Great pass from Lapierre. Bit of a scoring jar right now for St. Francis. Looking for anything.
Arciaga. Shot clock down to 5. Arciaga looked towards Elijah Thomas. Couldn't find a lane. Down low. It's in. Kasprick as the shot clock was expiring. Rams back out to a 3-point lead. Dollywall. Nice feed in the lane. Locally. Elijah Thomas dribbles back towards half court, takes a scan of the defense, and here we go. Sizing up his defender, goes to the right, spin, turnaround, jumper. No good. Rebounded by Kasprick, put up Dollywall with the rebound.
I like that shot by Thomas there. Taking his time scanning the defense.
Tell you what, defensive efforts like that, you might be right with the Kyle Lowry comparison.
Yeah.
He's drawn a charge already this quarter as well.
I'm sure he wouldn't like that comparison, but
it depends on if he's a Raptor fan or not.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be Spronk on the inbound to Melnichuk. Lapierre. Working against Lucas Thomas. Finds some space and gets fouled.
Lapierre's got that speed, man, and it almost seems like he's going to fall out of his shoes every time he gets a full-headed steam, but he's just able to contort his body and draw that foul. Great stuff.
It's a different kind of speed than we see from Elijah Thomas, who slows it down. It's hard as a defender on either side. Lapierre feels like he's playing super fast, but in control. Can be hard to keep up. On the other end with Elijah Thomas, there's no beat to his offensive game that a defender can rely on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that makes him an even tougher cover than somebody like Lapierre, who's just straight line downhill speed.
Lucas Thomas, we are under a minute to play in the third quarter of what's been a tight game. Elijah Thomas thought about the three, doesn't take it. Good defense at the rim, rebounded by Dollywall. 15 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. Huge possessions here. Melnichuk. Lapierre. Shot clock into single digits. Spronk. Back up Lapierre. Deflected by Thomas. On the fast break, working against Dollywall. Extends the left hand. Made sure Dollywall couldn't get a piece of it. Rams with a 1-point lead, 7 seconds left. Lords hoping for last shot. Taken away by Johnson, trying to get rid of it. Arciaga over to Lucas Thomas. Half-court shot is no good. But the Rams storm back in the third quarter. It's 53-52. We are just about even with just 10 minutes left. Who's going to be playing for a provincial gold tomorrow?
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
To the Saville Centre, Lords and Rams. It was tight in the fourth last time these two teams played, and my goodness, we might have another classic game coming up. Just 10 minutes left to play. Connor Toffin, Riley Turgeon On this IC Live Procast, School Sport Alberta Provincials. This is what you play for. A fourth quarter like this. Elijah Thomas to the hoop. No good. Rebounded by Lapierre. Lapierre pushing the speed in transition. Melnichuk up top. Quick three. No.
Looking for another three-pointer there. The Lords just haven't had any luck beyond the arc since that first quarter.
Arciaga, lots of contact. Offensive foul. Lapierre drawing the charge.
Yeah, late call by the official there. I thought he was going to let that one slide for a second. That was a blatant elbow.
Kind of funny because in other sports you might say, well, you want the official to take just an extra beat to think about it, but in basketball that slow whistle can affect the play. Didn't really do anything there though. Here's a three, no good. Spronk with the quick trigger, couldn't put it in.
Spronk's had a good game, just been kind of slow this last quarter and a half here. Still looking for his stroke in this second half, but he's a good shooter when he gets going.
I think while we're talking about officials as well, we've had 3 very well officiated quarters. When the game got physical, there was foul called both ways. When there was a lot less contact, it's been pretty free flow. Done a good job. Elijah Thomas open, 3 is in.
Yeah, can't leave him open on the wing. He's gonna knock that one down right there.
That's Vasilasi closing down space on defense. Spronk, Dollywall. Driving. Oh, ball from Johnson. What a block.
Suffocating defense. You just can't buy a pass down there. Everything's so tight.
Mbachu driving the baseline. Long bounce pass. Lapierre and Thomas collided a little bit. Contact up high on Thomas, but it went off Lapierre. You are entitled to fight for the ball. The contact incidental there. 8:27 left to go. Up with the left. Dollywall might have got a piece of it, and it still goes in.
Nice take by Mbachu there, putting the ball to the floor and once again driving downhill.
Biggest lead of the game for the Rams. They force another miss. Johnson chasing down a rebound. Now working against Dollywall. No. Followed by Tesfasilasi. A second one. Yes. 8 points.
And here they come. These Rams are storming down the court now. 8-point lead. Lords are just begging for something.
McGlisko to the floor. Taken away by Arciaga. Hand off Tesfasilasi. Eli Johnson, Arciaga. Tesfasilasi drives down low. Mbachu. No. Rebounded by Lapierre. Quick pass up to Spronk. Spronk drives in and no.
Oh man, that one's gonna haunt Spronk.
I feel like that one looks like an easier layup than it actually is. Spronk was going 100 miles an hour down court.
Yeah, he had a defender draped on his back too. Not a tough play, but one he sure would have liked to make.
Timeout called by the Lords. Boy, they were up big in the first quarter, but once again, the St. FX mental game is strong. They never look panicked. Now they're out to an 8-point lead with 7:13 to go.
And that's just a well-coached team right there. Having your guys not freak out being down that big that early. You know, lots of ebbs and flows in the game of basketball. And they were ebbing in that first quarter, but it's been all flow since then.
Tell you what, too, McGrath and Holy Trinity, they got to be licking their chops a little bit in this game. It's been physical. And the winner of that, they have a shorter turnaround as well, which can play into things. There's going to be an extra 4 hours or so of rest for the winner of this game going into the gold medal game. But it has been physical. Might not be worth much today. Of course, winner between McGrath and Holy Trinity will play the winner of this game for a gold medal. Once again, when the Rams have needed a shot, when they've needed a play on defense, they have found the play. 7:13 to go. How many more plays will they need? Elijah Thomas. High post. Way up to Mpachu. What a feed.
Yeah, wow. And Mpachu just acrobatic in the air, able to get his body up and put that one in.
Corner three, no. Those were the shots that were going in the first for the Lords. Haven't been falling here in the second. No good from Melnichuk. Mpachu. Eli Johnson made a few big buckets. Changed the momentum of this game. Spins, goes up with the left. Rolls all the way around the world and in. Oh, you look at the scoreboard. It is all of a sudden a 12-point lead for the Rams. They are out and running. Lapierre down low. Oakley, strong layup. He almost threw that at the backboard.
Yeah, he almost took that backboard with him too. That's a shot they needed here. Big shot by Oakley to get them back within striking distance.
Thomas up by 10. Free throw line jumper is good.
That's just money from Elijah Thomas right there. Wow. Wow, and in that first quarter, he wasn't doing much, and look at what he's turned into now.
He has gave his team buckets when they needed them the most. Lapierre stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, losing possessions like that, that's just something, it's going to give you fits after this game tomorrow if they end up winning, if they end up losing, you know. Lost possessions, it's tough.
It'll be Arciaga bringing the ball up this time. Defended by Lapierre. Shot clock down to 6. Arciaga needs to find some space. He'll take it himself. Contact called against the Lords. 22 seconds of great defense, but with 2 seconds left on the clock, a foul.
Unbelievable defense right there. Wow. From Lapierre. And Arciaga just able to get that off, but Lapierre, he was shutting him down.
Free throw made. It's a 13-point game. It hasn't been a plethora of threes. It hasn't been the big momentum-changing dunk. It's been solid defense, transition buckets, trips to the free throw line with a few threes sprinkled in. And all of a sudden, the Rams are dominating. Dhaliwal. Lapierre. Dhaliwal sets the screen. Long pass to Spronk in the corner. Dhaliwal up top again. Back to Spronk. They need this to go. No. Could have cut it to 11. Johnson, no look pass to the corner. Arciaga. Rebounded by Dhaliwal.
This is where you got to start shooting some threes here. But not on this possession.
He will turn it over to the Rams. 4.5 minutes to go. Rams can feel it now. Remember, this was just a 1-point game coming into the fourth quarter, sorry. Layup is good. It's a 16-point game now. The Rams have won this 5 minutes and 45 seconds by 15 points. Possession's going to stay with the Lords.
Yeah, and it looks like the Rams have switched to a 2-3 zone. They were running man most of this game. making it tougher on them to shoot these threes that they were knocking down earlier on.
Wonder if it could also be a little bit of practicing their zone in case they feel like they need to use it tomorrow. Of course, though, down by 16 for the Lords, you make a good point. The only way they can cut back into this game is by stopping the clock, getting to the line, or by shooting threes. Mid-range shots, long shot clocks, contested layups. That's not going to do it anymore for Strathcona. We know they can score in bunches, but it needs to start now. McGlisco, floater, good for 2.
Nice look. McGlisco running a little high post offense there. Easy little floater.
Thomas sizes up his defender to the corner. Lucas Thomas. Contested shot against Lapierre. It's in. Everything going the Rams' way here in the fourth quarter. Lucas Thomas takes it away. Elijah Thomas. Lucas. Elijah. He's going to slow things down. Not a bad idea at this point. Tesfasalasi driving, contested, draws the foul. That turnover and this trip to the line could be all that the Rams need. Dollywall was white hot out of the gates. Had the Lords out to a double-digit lead just minutes in. And ever since then, the Rams, they've been sending bodies his way. They've been denying him the basketball, and Dollywall just hasn't been able to find a rhythm.
There's been no space for Dollywall to really get any shot off. He's looked a little lost out there.
Up top, here's a 3, Spronk, no. Tesfasalasi the rebound. Tesfasalasi, Mbachu. Rams with another stellar season. Metro City champions, Lucas Thomas the lay-in. They're up by 19. They've barely lost, not just this year, but in recent years. And the Lords going to make a bunch of substitutions.
Yeah, definitely not how they anticipated this game playing out when they were up or at halftime here. Now they're emptying the bench, but you know, this was a really good game for the Lords. They got out early on St. Francis and had them sweating a bit, so credit to them.
Lords, of course, will have a provincial bronze medal to play for tomorrow. Not all is going to be lost yet. To the corner, Uguabe. No good. Rams keeping some of their rotational players in. Elijah Thomas has gone to the bench, and yeah, talk about what makes a great player. Shots weren't falling in the first half, but boy, in the second half when they mattered most, Elijah Thomas took this game over. Tesfasalasi played a big part in it as well. Not funny enough, not really in the comeback for Tesfasalasi, but things could have went way worse for the Rams in the first quarter.
Yeah, I wonder if that had to do with maybe some foul trouble or something. But yeah, he didn't play much of the third quarter, but he was an absolute menace on defense in that first half there.
What was about a 12-point deficit for the Rams for a lot of that first quarter. Could have been sitting around 20 if it wasn't for some steals, some layups in transition. For Tesfasalasi, kept his team in it. Talked earlier about how much momentum can play into these games, and it was in the Rams' direction for a large portion of the second half, but it wasn't easy to get it there. Court tilted back in their direction just when they needed it. Kind of shocking that we're out to a 20-point game. This is, I don't think anyone envisioned with the Lords up so big in the first quarter that this is where we would end up, but the Rams are a championship caliber team. Defending provincial champions, back-to-back-to-back Metro champions. Good for some of the younger players and bench players to be getting some experience in a game like this as well. Turned over, Dirksen will leave it for Lucas Thomas.
Lucas Thomas had a great fourth quarter there. Steal, couple baskets to cushion this lead for St. Francis.
Tough take. No good. Defended well by the Lords. 1 minute left to play. We got a possession arrow. Haven't seen many of these for as physical as it's been. And possession will stay with the Lords.
Still pressing. Up 20.
Be sure to stay tuned for the rest of the day. You see some of the women walking in from Jasper Place. Jasper Place against Western Canada. Tip-off will be around 5 in that game. Quick turnarounds here. Kind of non-stop action. And then at 7 o'clock, it will be McGrath and Holy Trinity Academy out of Okotoks. Winner of that game will play the Rams.
You know, now I know how Scott Hansen feels on NFL Red Zone. Consistent action. If you love watching basketball, stay on this broadcast. Non-stop.
Gadaretsi will dribble out the clock. And when it hits zeros, the Rams will clinch a berth into the gold medal game, 76-56. A dominant second half, and St. FX has a chance to go back-to-back.
Yeah, just dominant showing by St. FX. You know, they were down pretty big in that first quarter. They didn't panic. They looked at each other and they're like, hey, you know what? We won last year. Who says we can't win again this year? And here they are. They got a chance going into the gold medal game. You know, great game by Strathcona, though. They got up big on their inner city rivals and, I mean, held a lead for the entirety of the game until that fourth quarter. So nothing to be down on yourselves for that, and they're going to play for third tomorrow. So congrats to them.
Yeah, definitely still an accomplishment just to make it to this point of the season. But this year, the Rams had their number. 5 wins against Strathcona. Be sure to stick around. Sportsman of the Game awards to come. What I've learned from St. FX so far is no matter what we see in the gold medal game tomorrow, no matter what the score is at halftime, you can expect another big swing.
Yeah, they're never out of it, especially with Elijah Thomas conducting that offense. He is as cool as one can be under pressure.
And now it's time for the Sportsmanship Award, presented to the athlete who demonstrated the most sportsmanlike conduct on their team. This award is proudly presented by String of Law, the official lawyers of a School of Sport Alberta. From Strathcona High School, number 15, Shane Coley.
Shane Coley had a big first half today. Strong work on the glass. Good defense down low. Made a few buckets on the other end. And Elijah Johnson for the St. FX Rams. One of their biggest players, once again, maybe not his most dominant game, but when the momentum was flipping in the direction of the Rams, he made a few big buckets right in the middle of it to tilt things in St. Francis Xavier's favor. For Connor Toffin, Riley Turgeon, and the crew at IC Live, we got a lot more basketball coming up. Stick with us. St. Francis Xavier, 76-56, clinch their berth into the championship game